Purse nets are used in the open seas to catch dense schools of single species of midwater fish such as tuna and mackerel. A vertical net is used to enclose the school of fish, the bottom of which is then pulled together to enclose the school, much like tightening the drawstring of a bag. Illustration of purse seine fishing gear. Purse net fishing in open waters is generally considered to be an efficient form of fishing. It does not make contact with the seabed and can have low levels of bycatch, incidental catch of unwanted species. Purse nets can also be used to catch fish that congregate around fish aggregating devices. This method of fishing can result in higher levels of bycatch. MSC certified fisheries using purse seines must ensure that they leave enough fish in the ocean to reproduce. This can be achieved by using mesh sizes large enough to allow smaller fish to swim freely. Purse nets are large, vertically floating nets, made of monofilament or plastic, that boats use to encircle schools of fish they have identified on fish-finding sonar. Each net can be up to a mile long. Once the fish are in the net, the bottom of the net is pulled together, forming a purse. This method catches large numbers of fish. It is also used to catch live tuna for farming in pens, called farming. Examples of target species: tuna, both live caught and farmed, herring, mackerel. Environmental summary: habitat damage. Purse seines do not contact the seabed and therefore do not damage marine habitats. Bycatch of vulnerable species. Depending on the fishery, purse seines may catch vulnerable species. Purse seines targeting tuna are particularly associated with significant bycatch of mammals and sharks. Discards. Purse seine fishing can involve bycatch of non-target fish and other marine life, as well as the incidental catch and discard of small commercial fish. Mitigation. In some fisheries, observers on tuna fishing vessels will check for dolphins in the net during the catch. Target species. The main species caught by purse seine are southern bluefin tuna, Australian sardines, blue mackerel and giant mackerel. How purse seine nets work. In a purse seine, the upper part of the net is left to float on the surface of the sea and the lower part of the net is weighted to pull the net downward. A rope is passed through the bottom of the net, pulling and tightening the net like a purse to trap the fish inside. The net is then pulled towards the boat and the fish are pumped up or lifted with a small net, or the entire net is brought aboard. The size of a purse seine net can vary depending on the target fish species. A trawl is a very long net, with or without a central pocket, pulled from shore or from a boat to encircle a certain area and operated by two, long, ropes fixed at both ends, to pull and drive the fish. Two types of equipment can be distinguished within this category: beach trawls and boat trawls. Fishing vessels and handling equipment. Although no specific handling equipment is required for beach trawling, the problem of handling a trawl generally involves First of all, pulling the long ropes attached to the ends of the net. This is done by hand, beach trawl, or by winch, boat trawl. When the trawl is used from a boat, a rope drum can be used to store the long ropes, and the power unit can also help to bring the net onto the boat. Vessel overview. For beach trawling, only a fairly small, undecked vessel is required to release the net. Boat trawls are operated from a variety of fairly small and simple vessels and by modern medium-sized dedicated units with specific deck equipment. Depending on the fishing technique used, trawls can be operated by medium and large-sized vessels. Fishing operations. Pine nets are usually dropped from a boat to enclose a certain area and are pulled from the shore, beach seine, or from the boat itself, boat seine. Pine nets are used in both inland and marine waters. The area of encirclement and capture depends on the length of the seine and the line. Seine nets are used in marine waters, on the continental shelf, from the coast down to a depth of 500 meters and are very common everywhere. Lakes, large rivers, etc. Target species. Mainly benthic species, less often midwater species. Geographical area. Worldwide. Environmental impacts. Species. Potential negative impacts may include bycatch, discards, undersized specimens, unmarketable specimens, non-target species, etc. And the result of using large nets, often with mesh sizes that are too small, in coastal waters. Injured or stressed. Even with a quick recovery, the delicate bodies and internal organs of marine mammals often cannot withstand the weight of the net or the impact of being placed on the vessel. In the US fisheries, the most commonly caught species include bottlenose dolphins and humpback whales. Minimizing bycatch. Currently, there are no regulations to minimize bycatch of protected species in purse seine fishing. Using a fishery observer to scan the water before casting a net is the most effective way to minimize bycatch. purse seine is a large wall of net that is spread around an entire area or school of fish. A purse seine has a buoy along the top line with a lead line threaded through loops along the bottom. Once a school of fish is located, a small boat encircles the school with the net. The lead line is then pulled in, pulling the net closed at the bottom, preventing the fish from escaping by swimming down. His illustration. His wallet. Fish are caught by hauling the net aboard or dragging it alongside the boat. Purse seines can reach lengths of over 6,500 feet, 2,000 meters, and depths of 650 feet, 200 meters, varying in size depending on the vessel, mesh size, and target species. Finding a school of fish is one of the most difficult parts of this fishing technique and includes natural cues such as gathering seabirds, rippling water, and/or fast-moving dolphins. Helicopters scan the water for natural signals from the air to guide boats towards schools of fish. Use radar fish finders to determine the exact location and size of schools of fish. Target species. Small and large schools of fish, from small sardines to large tuna. Squid. Fisheries. Across U.S. waters, including Alaska and Hawaii. Risks to sea turtles. Piercing is a non-selective fishing method that catches everything in its vicinity, including protected species. Sea turtles can be caught in a purse seine as the net is being lowered and then become entangled when it is pulled in. Entangled sea turtles can suffer injuries to their fins and shells from the force of the net as it is pulled in. In a large catch, turtles are at risk of being crushed under the weight of the tow line. Captured turtles can be released alive if they are quickly pulled up and removed from the net. Risks to marine mammals. Pine nets can easily enclose marine mammals along with target species when they are cast. Historically, dolphins have even been used as a natural signal to guide purse seine fishing vessels to areas where large schools of fish congregate, called dolphin fishing. Once the net is set, the encircled marine mammals cannot escape and may become entangled. How is purse seine fishing done? How is purse seine fishing done? As the name suggests, supported by a boat, the school or school of fish is surrounded by a net and closed with a purse at the bottom, underwater, forming a net before being lifted into the boat. The purse seine tuna fishery in the waters of the current Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ, of Mexico began in the late 1920s, 1927, with foreign vessels, including national flag vessels from 1950, which they continue to use to this day. In this fishery, yellowfin tuna is intensively exploited, complementing skipjack and bluefin tuna, and technical, regulatory and operational efforts by the fleet to reduce and virtually eliminate incidental mortality of dolphins have been successful. The official Mexican standard also establishes the terms and conditions for the capture of small pelagic fish, such as sardines, by vessels equipped with purse seines, in order to promote the sustainable use of resources. Respond to our satisfaction survey. What was your experience at gob.mx like? A fishing net is a string of threads, woven and tied to an upper rope or buoy and a weighted rope below, used to catch fish. This fishing net can be passive, curtain net, trap net, a mobile, with the fish caught in it. Active, seine net, trawl, etc., mobile. The fabric or net and rope can be made of natural fibers such as hemp, cotton, or of synthetic fibers such as nylon, coralon, etc. A fishing net has a swordfish on the top. This depends on the type of aquatic animals to be caught, as well as their habitat and the fishing technique used. One of the most traditional types of nets is the nasa. Another type is the seine net, trammel net, code net. There are many and their names vary depending on the site. In some countries such as Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Colombia, etc., there are very traditional types of fishing nets called a taraya or taraya. Trawling is a widely used non-selective method of catching fish and invertebrates in the sea. It involves dragging a net through the water behind one or more boats and is a technique that can be divided into two categories: midwater trawling and bottom trawling. Midwater trawling, or pelagic trawling, is used to catch fish that are not on the seabed but in the water column. Similarly, these affect biodiversity by removing large parts of the target population and other species through what we call bycatch, but they do not disturb the seabed. Midwater trawling, or pelagic trawling, is used to catch fish that are in the water column, affecting biodiversity by removing large parts of the target population and other species, bycatch, but does not disturb the habitat where they operate. Bottom trawls, on the other hand, are heavy geared nets that are dragged along the seabed to catch fish and invertebrates that live on or near it, i.e. benthic and benthic species. This type of fishing not only has a direct impact on fish populations and benthic communities in the areas where it is used, but can also have a long-term impact on the ecosystem by altering the physical characteristics of the seabed.
Just caught, it's hung. Hold on. It's just hung up here. Bring it down a little bit.
It's on a knot, come down. Good.
Got it.
Bottom trawls are designed and installed to catch species that live on or near the seabed, are conical in shape and are pulled across. The last or rear part of the net is called the code end and its function is to retain the catch. Typically, the net has two side wings, one on each side, extending forward of the opening or mouth of the net. The mouth of the net, at the top, is bounded by a buoy line and at the bottom by a tow line and a bottom line, also known as a tassel. In addition, many nets are fitted with large rubber discs or steel posts at the bottom to enable them to pass over obstructions such as rocks or coral heads. Another type of net, the trawl net, is held open by a steel pole with a total width of 4 to 12 meters, unlike the side wings, and is fitted with a chain with an empty weight of up to 13 tons. These nets are dragged for kilometers, a journey in which tens of thousands of kilograms of marine life, rocks and mud are filled, increasing the weight being dragged and severely disturbing the seabed. Therefore, bottom trawling has many impacts beyond depleting the stocks of target species.
Set if we put the main signal on it. Just more pulling power. We have more weight in the fish. I'm sweating. Oh, big boy. Get it? Nice. Lost him? What was he, a dog?
Such as altering the morphology of the seabed and the nutrient cycles found there, increasing water turbidity, altering biodiversity and mortality of benthic organisms and removing suspended sediments. In Chile, bottom fishing is carried out by industrial vessels, usually between 18 and 110 meters in length and can only operate beyond the first 5 nautical miles from the coast, corresponding to the area reserved for artisanal fisheries, HARP. Furthermore, its use is prohibited in all inland waters of the Los Lagos, Seine and Magallanes regions, with the exception of some expressly exempted areas. Currently, bottom trawling is used to catch fish such as common cod, Murlichus gayi, hoki, Macruronus magellanicus, southern cod, Murlichus australis, sea bream, Epigonus crassicordus, and red eel, Genopterus bla codes, as well as demersal crustaceans, including